Oh, and welcome to the video game, Nebulous Fleet Command. That's what we're doing. Team 1 ANS, Team 2 OSP, 3K, 5v5 on Nix's Eye. Chibi, Heaven-based is Herman, Misk, Daminar, and Martyr of Karak, who's Mazer on Team 1. Vryn, Goodnut, Vastal, Espresso, and Sir Poopit on Team 2. Looks like... Oh man, Team 2 has now completely rejigged their deployment phase. Seems like both teams are wanting to fight over the top of the map primarily. Team 2 is looking to go for that low delta push as well. Looks like OSP is going for Echo Alpha Delta control, and ANS is going for Bravo Alpha Charlie control. They're completely abandoning the D side of the map. We have, thanks to Vryn, correctly set it to 1,500 points. Drop down here with the ANS team. Listen to some Neb music, yeah. Okay. Heaven based, who we drop down with? That is Herman. He's got the trauma team. So many railguns. Railgun. It's 4 basically naked destroyers of rails. And 3 scouting sprinters for locks. Lock vets, if you will. There's also 2 battleships on this team. What the fuck is this ANS team? Oh my god. Alright. We got old John Nebulous in... I don't even know what to call this. Okay, so we got an S2H sprinter escorted by 2 gun sprinters. And yeah, 2 wings of these. And then 1 S2H sprinter that's off on its own. Okay. Misk has double Axfords, 450s, and 120s on 1. Don't tell me he's doing it on both of them. Oh my god. That is an extremely greedy and potentially extremely powerful build. It's very strong front line with these Axfords. Extremely vulnerable to missiles, but it doesn't look like, just by glancing at the unit panel here, it doesn't look like OSP has any of that. Now we go up to the 2 3,000 point battleships. Fucking goofballs. Chibi, S3H's on the back, PD all around. 2 interrupts. Very unhappy that I killed him with command last time we were on Nix's Eye, I guess. And some 450 guns. Daminar also in a 450 battleship. S3H on the back. Is this the exact same build? No, it's very slightly different. Defenders all around. And some Auroras. No Stonewalls. Interesting. Okay, let's go over to the OSP side. We got Espresso with a... Sport soft kill Acello. A Plasma 100 bulk freighter with the spatula pontoon design. And 1 super defense shuttle with a Bastion and 2 Bavis. Goodnet's got a capping fleet, looks like. EWR with a Dazzler on it, monitor. Possibly an Intellitor. Let's see if this has... It's got a DCX. Yeah, it's got an Intel Center in it. Nice. Always nice to have Intel Centers. Especially on Nix. 2 EWRs. An EWR tug down on the bottom. It's got an MMT, which is burning for the Echo Cap right now. Rocket Shuttle up on top of the map. Or on bottom of the map, actually. Yeah, it's on the Echo Cap. Another multi-mission tug on the Bravo side of the map. Escorted by a rocket shuttle. Oh, MMTs and rocket shuttles working in pairs. Alright, okay, I can get behind this. Got 3 sets of MMT and rocket shuttles. And a gun shuttle, standard gun shuttle headed for the Alpha Cap. Looks like there's another ship there too, nearly naked. Sprinter is hardly spotting the railguns are setting up to deny this by slaughtering the locals. However, I think rails... Yeah, the shuttle's going to be able to dodge the rails at this range. Which is a very funny sentence to say. Ooh, not all of them, though. We'll get back to this here in a second. Continue going through these fleets. Poopit's got the C90 T30. The brick! No, that's just the monitor. I don't know. We still don't have a name for these C90 T30 monitors with some C90 plasma monitors. Gun brick? That's bad too. Bastil's sun brick. Yeah, that's true, because they're always going to have a sun drive in them, I assume. Yeah, sun drive yard. Sun brick. Alright. Sun brick it is. That's a pretty good name.
The enemy secured Zone Atlas.
Now Vastal with double mass driver bulk freighters with 4 mass drivers a pop instead of the usual 3. He's got PCCs. Some things that I can only see the first letter of. Reactors, energy regulators, small energy regulators. Yeah, this is awful. I need more letters here. Very sad. A EWR tug and an LRT tug. Spotting and providing variable tracks, respectively. Vren's got the plasma bulk freighter and a couple sun bricks in support. Oh no, these have yards instead of sun drives. Why would you do this? This is a big map. You want the sun drive. And another Intellitor. Intel Center, EWR, Bloodhound. And a dead on Alpha Cap. OSP does get the A Cap. So put a little bit of pressure on ANS, especially since OSP is also going to get the Delta Cap. Get it for free. Although there is, well, man, this is actually going to pay off pretty well for ANS. OSP has a huge concentration of forces, about 6,000 points down here, capturing the Delta Point, but there is absolutely nothing down here for them to fight. It's going to take them, Sundrive Yard, Whips Yard. It's probably going to take them 8 to 10 minutes to get into a position that they can fight other ships with, and that of course depends on them realizing that there's nothing down there for them to shoot. They need to go elsewhere, way outside the map. The hellfuck capital ship armada, the glorious People's Army, marches ever onwards under the upper B point. Misk's up here with his double Axfords, and Chibi and Daminar towing behind. What is the engine shut up on these? Chibi's got a whip double raider. Oh. Alright. Oh, it's going to be hard to point the nose of that, but it's a pretty menacing little ship. Whip Dragon on Daminars. Been saying menacing a lot today. I don't know why.
The enemy secured Zone Dagger.
Menacing. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. OSP has really good control on the entire Delta Alpha side of the map. And ships everywhere. These little sprinter wings are probably going to get spotted and murdered, although they can't be detected. Are these walking prowlers? Oh, no. Whips. Do have an LRT and an EWR pointed up here, so they got spotted at some point. The Lockvet providing targets for those railguns. Try putting some damage into the tugs. Glonk. Oh yeah, that's gonna add up real fast. Rail array is gonna dump it out. Tugs do not have, multi-mission tugs in particular, do not have the damage control teams to deal with. This. Look at all these fires and crits and everything. This thing's, I mean, it's not gonna die yet, but it's gonna lose some HP. MLS2's being at low health is really, really bad. The tug, it needs that. Doesn't want that to get shot out by an errant 450 round. About to see an engagement here. Looks like the MMT rocket shuttle team is going to run into the gun sprinter missile sprinter team. Neither is aware of the other, I think. Oh no, the sprinter should know that these are here because the railguns are firing at them. Right. Let's turn on the names. Great Plains Wildebeest and Catbug. Alright, those are some pretty good names. Please tell me this 450 battleship isn't pushing the back line. Okay, no, it's just getting an angle here. Not a whole lot happening, just some light skirmishing from the teams. OSP does have a cap advantage. We are going to 1500 though, so that matters less in the short term. Here we go, rockets versus sprinters. Sprinters throwing the brake. Defender covers the sprinter for most of that. No, but Pavis does not stop the S2Hs. Sprinter lost its CIC. Oh, shit. All right, that's kind of a problem. That's the most important thing for this to have, because it cannot defend itself against rockets if it cannot move. Yeah, and there it goes. Dies horribly. Has the aux steering, but the rockets got a little too close. Capo is not, I guess it's not dead, but it will not, it is no longer combat effective. The Great Plains Wildebeest. It's gonna have to finish these ships off with its guns, and I believe the Dakota is gonna just kill the gunship. Capital Armada continues pushing forward. It looks like Daminar has decided to not push with the group and is backing off. Heading back towards Charlie. Experts putting a ton of fire down the field. The 120 plus the 450 together is going to do a lot of work. Unless they're firing at a burn ping, that's not going to be very effective. I think it's a burn ping tug anyways. Those things are way too damn small. Ah, there's the lock. Mass driver counter battery coming in. Not being very successful with the lands. Command wake hybrids going out on the tugs, which OSP really needs to maintain. Gotta have those sensor elements, otherwise the mass drivers are not going to be able to fight. Arabian Knights, another good names. About to eat it. Come the hybrids. Womp womp, see you later. Boink. Bonk. Yeah, there's the whole front end of that thing cut out. That's not gonna work anymore. Let's be looking to play fuck games on the Bravo side of the map. Is this gun sprinter winning? Not really, no. No, it is not. Ah, good. More buff to the battleship. Exactly what the game needs. Now mass drivers aren't very effective against it either. Oh no. Well, the mass drivers are going directly into the nose of the battleship and doing damage to just the thrusters and not anything else. Which is kind of a problem. Like they can't reach the innards of the ship, which didn't happen before, and I don't know what could have changed to make that situation. Maybe it's raw luck. S2H is coming out, but getting killed, I'm not even sure by what. I didn't see any AMMs out. Might have been a little budget for this action. The rail support rescuing the gun sprinter. Rails and the 120 going to be able to execute the Dakota. And with Oh man, with the rest of OSP leaving the Delta side of the map, the Great Plains Wildebeest might be able to hop onto Delta and cap it. Because this tug's gonna die. And the shuttle's dead? No, the shuttle's playing possum, but could easily be killed. Indeed. Herman doing a really good job with that. What has he got named? Backdraft, return fire, counter battery, and back to sender. Okay. ANS supporting the capital push on the Bravo side of the map with another wing of small vessels. What are these names, dude? Ralph W. Pickle Chips, Aeon Worm, and the Concierge. Shit poster. Yeah, it sounds like one of those names you give to a nondescript, selected at random NPC airman during an exercise. Or I guess seaman in his case. Yeah, the Air Force uses, I believe, Private Snuffy, or Snuffly, as their go-to for that. Pickle Chips definitely fits the bill. Great Plains Wildebeest is leaving and headed towards Delta. Oh, and the rails have discovered that the shuttle is not dead. It's about to be made as such. Here it comes. Glonk. 120 supporting. Everything's red. It's going to be made to burn down here before too long. Yeah, DC team just got killed. Fire's going to grade out. There it goes. Nope. Doesn't need to pop the CIC if the teams are dead. Womp womp. Killed by dying. The power of fire. Where are these missiles going? I have no idea. I think they're heading towards the Dixie Progress on the opposite side of the map. It's gonna be able to get that Delta cap.
The enemy secured Zone Atlas.
Yeah, Pubit's just pushing these monitors over to Bravo. These on the other side of the map. ANS is staying well out of the range of the monitors, and so they're not going to be able to support the fleet very effectively. Kopesh. Espresso's got some Plasma 100 action going out, but unfortunately it's going out on a sprinter. It's going to be pretty effective at that, but there are more important targets for these to be firing at. Unfortunately, those are pretty much out of range on top of the map. Axfords and the battleship still in excellent health. Oh. Yeah, and the rails can definitely see that, but it looks like they're still firing at the assets on the top of the map and not in the lower middle. ANS manages to take a cap advantage. They're still down 130 points, but they do have the cap lead. They also have a military advantage, I think. Well, I guess it doesn't... Nobody's really lost anything. I guess the it's just been cap trades. Oh, but there's some 450 fire coming into these bulk freighters, and Obelisk died at 450 quite fast. And there's a lot of 450 on this team. Counter-battering with the mass drivers, though it looks like there's not getting that... Yeah, they're still not being effective, like at all. Missiles coming out. Ocello's covering the bulk freighters. Not enough, though. Oh, it misses! Don't see that every day. Presumably got jammed by the Ocello. Very good positioning on that ship. That's what you like to see. Usually Ocellos are kind of questionable in the OSP lineup, but anti-missile support on a wide open map like this, they are perfect for it. Missiles have a jammed indicator now. Ooh, that's all right. Let's watch these get jammed. Yeah, these are command missiles. These are get jammed. That's a nice little development. Missile UI advances are always handy dandy. Oh, these are gonna slam to the rock before they get jammed. Very sad. Bonk. Yep. Like, when you see these A-Rads, or, well, I guess, what if Act gets jammed and A-Rad seeks on the jammer? Does it still get a jammed indicator? We'll find out. S2H flying into the jam cone. Of course, if all these get shot, now these are locking. But they're seeking on a different target anyways, so they're punching through the jamming. I think it was because it was non-directional. Carmenia suffering immensely. ANS has managed to storm onto the map and take most of the points. Cap Gaming is going quite well, even with this jank as fuck, to put it nicely. Cap Fleet, it's working out really well. Especially with the rail support. The teamwork on the ANS team is really good. OSP team has not been doing that. They've been in a tactical clump on the lower side of the map. Alright, we can watch these command missiles get jammed. Presumably the interrupt is burned. Or they're just gonna strike anyways. Amazing. I've been lied to. No, I just think they're too far outside of the range to get jammed by the ball. So those bulk freighters are right at the very edge of that ball. And it's catching up quite quickly. They're only 50 points down. They are losing Charlie now. Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, one of the MMT and Rocket teams is up on the ANS Natural. There's nothing here to cover it either. Well, I guess that's not entirely true. Daminar is technically... He could rotate and be able to deal with that, but the 450s can't deal with that. So maybe not. The VLS-3 might, but I think he's spent most of these. Oh, yeah. Got a whopping 12 missiles remaining. 11, actually. And 36 chaff. That's a lot of chaff. A lot of chaff. Man, kind of sad I didn't play Nix's Eye because I really want to bring my stealth voxels here. They have a shitload of chaff too, is why I thought about them. But I feel like stealth voxels would be nuts on Nix's Eye. What if I just stay away from things and dump damage down the field that have been untouchable because you can't see me at long range with the Prowler drive? Eating some fire. Man, this capital swarm on top of the map, yes, that is a real term that I just used, is doing quite effective. Ditching the damage out, not taking that much in return. Good night. Starting to lose some of the capping assets. Croc is too. Your major blood. Oh, John Nebulous. Although the OSP team is switching their fire up to the capital swarm on top of the map, they are correctly target prioritizing the Axfords instead of the Solomon. Much easier, much quicker to kill the Axfords rather than the battleship. And Axfords, point for point, are produce more firepower, especially these 120 Axfords. God, these things are so dangerous. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau and Kim Kitsuragi. Oh boy. The namers are out in force, naming things. Minion continues to die violently. Vastal's vessels are getting flanked. Uh-oh. The rails are firing. Yeah, the Providence. Okay, I finally figured out what ship that was. Eating a ton of rail fire, which is a big problem for mass drivers. They're also eating some gunfire from the sprinters, and they might be getting missiles from the sprinters here before too long. Yeah, there it is. Oh my, everything's on fire. A lot of things are yellow and orange. There's some S2H's on the other one, the right, just bonk. There goes a mass driver. And a braking thruster. Bonk. And there goes another mass driver. And these are going to die to these just S2s? A-Red Act S2s? Oh my god, those have got to be so cheap. Great value out of the standard S2s. Oh. Oh, okay. That's cool to know. We're still getting used to the UI, so I'm getting assisted. Oh, wow. All these have mouse break. I didn't realize you could mouse over any of these. Great.
The enemy secured zone boxer.
All right, well, that's going to eat up some of my micro capacity. Crew status rattled. Yeah, I'll say. Mass driver's getting torn apart by these crappy little sprinters. This is like 2,000 points of mass driver, maybe like 2,300 points of mass drivers, and they're getting beat by what is this, like 800 points of sprinter? Maybe less, because two of them are gun sprinters. Oh, that's painful. Of course, the rails did support.
Securing zone dagger.
The rails did support Chihuahuas taking down a wild boar. Well, that is extremely evocative in an image I'm going to hold for quite some time. Capital Swarm still controlling the middle of the map. Must be taking Delta, and they've captured Bravo in the meantime, and they've got Charlie not out of this game yet. They're only down 4 points. They do have a cap lead, and they're about to have a rather significant cap lead. Missiles and anti-missiles, anti-strike. Doesn't do that much. Most of it gets hard killed, but ANS really needs these lock vets floating around, giving the railguns supporting fire. Giving the railguns the capacity to deliver supporting fire, I should say. Yes. This being a 1,500 point game, there's a lot more opportunity for military victory. And for teams to come back from a bit of a loss. ANS doesn't have much in the way of map presence due to having two 3,000 point battleships. But that's going to pay off for them in the larger point count, especially with these long sightlines. They've been able to dump fire out the whole game. They've been dealing a ton of damage to OSP's capabilities. The mass driver bulkers are still fighting and shooting, but they are still tying to sprinters. They can't fight at the sprinters nearby because they're so close that it takes too long to orient. Fire at them. What are the rails firing at? It's hard to tell what rails are firing at. They need to build like a bright blue thing instead of just a green dot like everything else has on the tactical map. And Dixie Progress is eating the rails. Shit's on fire, yo. Puppet does still have this basically pristine monitor blob, but the problem with them dodging as they are and staying out of the fight is ANS is going to wind up mopping up everything else on the field, lose very little, and then the monitors are going to be surrounded and crushed. And needing even more missiles from these capping sprinters. I'm gonna need to take a look at the fleet at the end of the game. Fucking Mazer shows up out of nowhere, brings some new capping tech that nobody else does, and it's being very effective for some reason. I'm sure he's going to disappear back into his den of development after this game, too, with no explanation. What the fuck? Yeah, Mass Driver's hitting the battleship in the flank, but continuing to just not do anything. Oh, man. look at that. We're gonna need a few games. Oh no, more missiles fired into rocks. We need a few more games to confirm, but just based on this, it seems like MDs have been promoted to the do not bring trash pile of capital railguns for now. That damage is pathetic. And Miska is going after the Delta point. He is going to be able to outmuscle his monitor down here. The glorious Albania has apparently at some point captured Charlie. I don't even know what happened to the ship that was over here. Presumably it left. Yeah, the Chickadee and the Sioux have left and are going after Alpha instead. So I lose the point. Might be able to get another. The Sioux eating 450 fire, eating shit to 450 fire, it's a tug, so you don't see that every day. I mean, it definitely happens, but damn. And the Chickadee, the rocket shuttle, and close escort is suffering immensely to the 120 RPF, and it's gonna start dying real fast. I'm in on Echo.
Enemy is securing Zone Atlas. We are contesting Zone Dagger.
The problem hardly is ANS capitals are extremely strong already, and the less OS, like, it's so common because of both strength and because of the mythos of capital ships and people loving capital ships, is that anything that you have that can't touch a battleship
The enemy secured Zone Dagger.
and is going to struggle against these larger vessels. I mean, mass drivers are doing damage; they're just not doing that much. Anything that you have that's not very effective against these bigger ships is immediately put in the I don't know if I should actually bring this category. It's kind of like S2s that aren't the 60 armor pin S2s. Like you kind of just can't have those unless you have a very small limited supply, like the MMTs for killing small vessels. You can't build a vessel that just can't deal with capitals, because it's extremely likely that you're going to be facing primarily capitals. Anti-small ship tools are fine, but the bombshell does both. Or the 600mm rather, does both because of bombshell and hash. Like, why would I bring this if it's not going to fight what I'm going to be fighting? Anyways, the rails are now executing the monitor on Echo. I really shouldn't be doing that in the middle of a game. People are nice enough to mute so I can cast effectively. Balanced discourse is more appropriate to the after action report when everybody can talk equally. Battleship, as Puppy Spots, is getting moited horribly by this monitor blob. I think some rails came in here, or some, yeah, a lot of mass driver fires coming in here. And I think that's it, honestly. It's just plasma and hash at close range. Yeah, doing a good job. Oh, and 100 mils as well, because these are the Sunbrick TM with no sun drive. Oh, these do have sun drives, sun yards. What? Who had the monitors without the sun drive? Oh, right, it was Vren. Yeah, just yards. I did not see the rockets. A battleship very dangerous, but being shot at by literally everything will eventually kill it. It does kind of add up. A cello going for the Delta Point. I don't know about that one, Chief. Yeah, it's eating railfire, and it cannot take an Axford in a straight 450 duel, and this Axford has 120 sidearms too. This is Citadel CIC? Oh, yeah. So this battleship is probably never going to be actually finished off. Well, it's going to die to team kills. Yeah. Eventually. At some point. We'll keep an eye on that in the upper left corner of your screen. You can play along with our new home game! I need to prepare some sort of really long shitpost home game ad at some point and just throw that in the middle of the video once things are slowing down like this. Oh, that's a terrible idea. S2s, uh-oh. Oh, well, Misk has a few defenders and Mark 62s, and the RBF could probably handle it. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, man. Okay, there goes a soft kill. It's not going to matter. This is command, presumably? Or they, yeah, they're command. Oh, they're getting jammed! Well. Yeah, that'll solve that problem. Bye-bye. See you later, MMT missiles. That's why I like command ARAD missiles. They won't seek on interruption jamming, but they do force a little more micro, and a lot of people aren't ready for it. Oh shit, I didn't look at the missiles. Fuck, I didn't look at the missiles. So we're just gonna have to do the unthinkable and trust that Puppy knows what he's talking about.
Big mistake.
DMR still in perfect health. Moving forward. Anus still hanging on to Delta. Yeah, Miss just out here killing people, I guess. Not much else to say about what's going on around over here. The weirdest slap fight. Oh yeah, absolutely. OSP's got Echo. Jellykid can't quite in the concierge. Can't quite finish off this monitor here. How are they match driver bulkers doing? They've just been getting shot at by these stupid gun sprinters. Do these have... Please tell me they have buffs on their guns. They are out of ammo! Oh my god. I don't say that every so often. Yeah, it's got one ammo elevator in here. Sprinter is now engaged ramming speed and is trying to keep the mass drivers off target and doing a pretty good job of it too. Yeah, if you can just keep the NDs from pointing properly, they're not going to be able to deal any damage. That's a goofy strat. Very effective. ANS down about 80 points. No, 60 points. Yeah. I know my multiples of 2. I believe the cell is abandoning. Oh yeah, the cell is out of here. We're trying to leave. whole front end of this thing's devoured. The thrusters don't function. It can barely move. Oh, are the teams out? Yeah. So sometimes when a ship gets repair teams killed off, it won't get abandoned. I have no idea what causes that. But the reactor explosion will unpower it and cause it to die and kill off all the other modules. Or, yeah, fuel on fire. Thank you. Big ol' boom. Daminar is now closing in on the mass driver bulk freighters. These things have been so heavily bruised by the gun sprinters that they're gonna die real fast. 450. If it lands.
The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
The 120 sidearms, only weakness. The monitor, the armor's too thick. 450 still dealing damage to the monitors, of course. Mine Lunch and the clerk. Both taking hits, but the 120s are bouncing clean off. Looks like a lot of these 450 rounds are surface impacts too. And not doing any actual damage. Wow. Yeah, OSP, as the spectators are rightly discovering, specifically Hardly and not anybody else. OSP's out of gas. Hope it's kind of the last hurrah on this team. And these monitors are dying. 450 bulk freighters, or the 450 battleships. Whatever that team has. And the Axford too. Harmon doing an excellent job with the rail support. We didn't see that many rail rounds go out. They're kind of hard to spot sometimes when we're zoomed in. And so, yeah, look at that. Quarter of the munitions. Just floating about 75. That's 300 rounds these things fired each. So it's closer to like 220 that each fired, because that's how much they have total, 300. That's a lot of shells. 4x220, that's just south of 1,000. It's 980. Or 880 actually. Wow.
The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
Righteous now getting killed by the 450s. And I do believe it is mop-up time for the ANS team. So we're going to go ahead and call the match here. I will see you in the after-action report. Hello, and welcome to the after-action report. Damn, both battleships did a ton of damage. Rails, too. Holy shit.
Blacklight, I couldn't move closer to the tug because I was busy taking under the dead monitor so that I couldn't get mass drivered.
GG. Finally, back to the to playing the OG rail fleet instead of features.
Right, can we fucking talk about this cap tech? We need to talk about mass drivers and we need to talk about railguns. Can we talk about the capping stuff first? So Goodnight had rockets and MMTs, which I think would have performed really well against the standard like S3 gun sprinter. But Mazer whipped out this whack as fuck out of nowhere cap fleet that is really strong? When did you make
It was an
this?
experiment. I usually either run a missile cap fleet or a gun cap fleet, but I wanted to try mixing it.
Yeah, and it worked out really well.
Except for the fact that I didn't have enough ammo to actually
I
complete
noticed
the game.
that. I noticed that. You
I have
you
to
were
rework
down
it a little bit to get more ammo.
I have a similar
good.
one that I like with just like a gun Corvette with jammers
I-
and just a missile.
I also
Corvette.
ran out of ammo. I need more HE.
Can you post that that cap, Hazer?
Yeah,
the cap
can,
fleet?
Sure.
after you tweak it, could you post
I'll post
the
it. I'm
armory?
probably not going to get time to tweak it anytime soon. So let me post it right now.
Okay. Because
Hard worker.
what the fuck? I
Yeah,
looked
it
at this
did
and I was like,
so much damage.
that's not really meta. That's not going to do very well. And it was
Nah, that's hot shit.
really
I like
strong.
It. It's very stylish as well.
yes. Okay, so
Did, uh,
now we need to talk about mash drivers and railguns. The railguns did a really effective job of supporting the entire map, and that is, to be fair, that's part of the reason why the Cat fleet did so well, is because a lot of the ships that engaged got railed. These are in a pretty healthy spot, I think, and I like that this is doing. Although I guess we've dumped the Mark 81 changes. That's right. So it doesn't even matter. We don't even need to talk about those. But the mass drivers were kind of pathetic.
Well, I couldn't see anything. Everything was either TQ1 or the sensors would get jammed immediately.
That's
So, MDs can't fire if they don't see shit.
part of it.
We also killed most of OSP's sensor fleet early
that
on.
was
Yeah.
my main priority was to
The
just kill
the sensor
E-Rides.
warfare, like battle chatter on our team was amazing. I don't think I've ever been in an apparatus that dismantled all the bloodhounds with that much efficiency.
I don't know who chose to have a monitor with both Bloodhound and EWR
Good
on
enough.
it.
It was good
Yeah,
enough.
me.
like I saw the
Wait, that's
two
not me.
things. It wasn't you? What was it?
No,
No,
not
me.
this
I think
time.
that was
It
Brent.
wasn't Brainiac?
Yeah, whatever. No,
Brainiac had a Dazzler on the nose, and it worked. He soft killed some missiles.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically, if you do that, you're just. I see that, and I'm like, that has to immediately die because
Yeah.
it's so dangerous to look at.
Yeah, depending
So
on
I
I
was sitting behind my rock in the early game going, you need to remove that and then I can play the game.
I spent I think 20 railgun shots per DD on that because it needs to die.
I figured.
It was very
After
annoying,
that- After that, you get like if that device is dead, then you have pretty much free reign on doing almost whatever you want with the lock vets because they have Prowler. They're extremely hard to spot, and if they spot you, you can jam.
Hmm.
So you can go and clear up the sensors. MDs would have been very scary to me if we didn't do that. So also Mazer helped a lot.
Huh?
With the missile.
So
With the missiles on the right, you killed the MMT bear, and that was huge. So it was very close to me. MMT and shuttle pair.
I got schwacked by that shuttle though. But did not expect it to come up from behind that rock.
shuttle gaming.
I think the game was over at the time that all the Igor OSP thingies got shut down. Then it was easy mode.
You can't imagine the heartbreak I felt when we hit 1,000 points and then the game didn't end.
Yeah.
We knew from the start it was 1,500.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I mean,
I
were you
was
not reading chat?
when
Oh,
the
want to get a
points got,
beer.
when the points got to the 800, I was like, oh my god, thank god, we're gonna win. That was pretty good.
I want to play
I
NS
wanna say
now.
We
missile
figured
jam
out why the
icon looks
chaff
great.
got worse, guys, because Mazer bought it all and it's having to get divided into smaller canisters now because there's not enough in the shop.
Yeah,
38
we're watering
chaff
down.
per
Alliance is
printer.
watering down their chaff.
Mazer,
Yes.
is there a chance that we can consider testing a rebound buff from 15 points to 10?
This man is an
You
agenda.
guys,
It's all he's been talking about all
is this
night.
all you care about?
That's all you
No.
get about.
I've been talking to this guy for the morning.
Take it to the
10
Grand
hours
Council
ago.
of Balance.
To the cabal.
This patch is coming out very soon, so no, we're not making it. This is the last patch. There's only gonna be one more patch, and it's just gonna be me fixing the tutorial UI callouts because all the structure has changed, and a couple bug fixes, and that's it.
The structure icon doesn't seem to be working.
I've
Really? I
not
don't know if you're
noticed
aware
it.
of that.
People, Dark has said like, "Oh, that line ship structure broken," but I didn't see the icon go.
Oh
Spectator.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
check
So
that
you
one.
can tell because of how it's taking its damage. Like if something's eating beams or missiles in the middle of the ship and then taking damage in the engines or the nose, it's
Yeah.
easy to tell on a bulk freighter. But the icon itself is not flashing
Yeah.
or activating.
Okay,
or anything.
I'll
Only
take a
for
look at that.
spectators, so.
I got 4 bugs on my list right now. There's the decoy containers, names, fixed salvos get stuck, or mixed salvos get stuck, tooltips on the glance bar, and structure break icon doesn't work.
So this
do
is
like
the
the missile
most
jam
fun
icon,
I've
though.
had in TESTULOUS in forever. This is a
Oh, yeah.
spectacular patch.
The
It's
missile
a
jam
pretty good
icon is
patch.
good. I like that you made the background a little bit darker, more transparent on the DC UI. That's very good.
Yeah, it's clean.
The board actually got a little bit larger, so I was like, I'm taking up 90% of the screen here. I shouldn't kill all of their situational awareness.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
Yeah, it took like, I think I went through 6 or 7 iterations of the new DC board, but I'm really happy with how it turned out.
It has a native feel to it.
I am happy with this, the blue. The green just looks more nebulous.
Yeah, the blue is an experiment. The blue was actually because before the color scheme that made it onto the public test branch, there was a different green and red color scheme, which was much more desaturated, but didn't look very good. It looks good from like a UI designer perspective and like a modern, since all the other colors in the UI are very subdued now. But in terms of like having that CIC indicator light feel, it just didn't work.
I can see that. Oh, I want to ask a thing, Vastel. You were playing the MDs, so you didn't lose
Yes.
anything on the counter battery, yeah? Just
Counter battery, no, nothing broke. I was worried watching the MD if they were going to break to the rails or anything like that.
yeah,
that was fine.
that's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, the thing that actually did the most damage was the 100 mils. The S2s, even though were fired at me, kind of did nothing. It wasn't until the the
120,
the 120s were just peppering me. When I ran out of ammo, that was a bit funny. It's very annoying though because I saw those things coming from like 10 minutes ago whenever they were first burn through pinged, and I was like begging to get something looking at over there to give me a track, and it wasn't going to happen.
Poor Espresso here, just voting, trying to get map votes going.
Yeah.
No one even voted.
Reminding me to vote no.
Democracy.
All right. Well, we've clearly drifted off topic. That's the ball game. I hope you enjoyed. That was a cool Nix's Eye match. Damn, almost an hour long recording, and I don't think. Oh right, there's like a 10-minute section in the middle to cut because of the cleanup phase. Right. Okay. We are done. I've got a Discord. If you want to participate, join in. I've got a... What's it called? A fucking... Oh my god. Patreon, which supports all the time and effort I put into this. The very large Discord and the uploading and everything. It's become a bit of a job, but that's okay. I don't have anything paywalled. It's just hey, here's some cash for doing some hard work. Don't need to. It's not required. It's just if you want to. The Discord is where all these games are organized out of. We hang out, we play, we game. It's playing game is the same thing. I don't know why I said that twice. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Obviously, I'm in charge. Of course I enjoy it. I wouldn't make something I hate. I'll see you in the battle space. Good night.